I'm about to cook the biggest tomahawk I've ever seen. I mean, take a look at this guy. Let's get into it. What's up, barbecue fans? My name is Jake, and today is an exciting day. I'm cooking for you, well, for me, an Australian wagyu 58-ounce tomahawk. It's the biggest tomahawk I've ever seen. I know it's gonna be delicious, but let me tell you how we're gonna set up. So the first thing we're gonna do for this cook, in this box, I've got Komodo Kamado's coffee char. So let me open this up real quick and show you what it looks like. This right here, let me give you a shot of it. I'm wearing dark gloves. I'm gonna take one for the team for you guys so you can see what it looks like. Right, so it's decent sized chunks. It's a mix of small and large, and it is what the name implies. It's lump charcoal made from coffee wood. Now, the box probably doesn't look like this anymore. This is a very old box. I've had it around for about a year and a half, maybe, geez, almost a couple years. So I'm sure it's changed. But if you go to komodokamado.com, I'll leave a link down below. You can check it out. They have cocoa char and they have coffee char. Here's the difference. Traditionally, when you use lump, depending what that wood is made of, it has a flavor element to it, right? Like if you look at, Fogo versus KJ versus, what's the other one that's got a really charcoaly taste to it? I'm drawing a blank at it, but there's one, Jealous Devil, and it's got a fairly intense lump flavor to it, which lots of people love. Cocoa char is very, very dense, number one, so it burns for a very, very long time, but it is neutral. So if you want it to taste like cherry, you put in cherry wood, you get 100% cherry. And you can mix with it without having another flavor element in there. Like I said, it burns for a very long time. It's a little difficult to get started, so you definitely want to get yourself a Blazer grill gun for that one. Discount code down below. But this guy starts pretty good, but let me tell you, on beef, this has got some amazing flavor. So we're not using any wood. We're gonna get all of our flavor from this cocoa lump, and I'm excited. I've had this beef before, and it is very, very good. Or I'm sorry, I've had beef with this lump lots of times, and it is very good, but this steak is next level. So before we get our lump into here, you can see I've gone down to half a basket. I've got this plate in here. If this plate wasn't here, we'd be at 3/4 a basket, and if we had one more plate, we'd be at 1/4 of a basket. We're gonna go to half basket here. The reason why I like to do that is that it gives me time to do a reverse sear, but it also gives me a lot of lump left to be able to dial up the temperatures and get a really good sear. If you do it with a 1/4 basket, you don't quite have enough oomph to get the sear that you're looking for. So our Komodo Kamado is just coming up to temperature. We're reading right now 300 dome temp. I'm gonna go up to 325, but the reason for that is that I just remembered that my thermometer is not calibrated properly. I learned that on my pulled pork cook, and I just totally forgot to adjust that. So I know it was off by like 50 degrees at that point in time, and I know that grade temperature is about 25 degrees less than the dome. So I'm gonna be in and around that 250 to 275 mark. Now, this is a big piece of meat. I wanna slow cook it. We're gonna do a nice reverse sear on it, but I don't have all day. I mean, I've been drooling at this thing since it's been in my fridge since yesterday. So let me show you what we're looking at here. So let me tell you about this guy. As you can see, it is a monster, right? I think I said it was 58 ounces before. This is 54 ounces, but this is Australian Wagyu BMS 9, super high on the BMS scale, and an absolute beautiful looking steak. I did salt brine this yesterday, about 24 hours ago. I put some pepper in it. Really what I did is I used my pepper cannon with some smoked pepper in there and let that sit into the meat because I think it's gonna add some nice flavor to it. But as you can see, it's nice dry to the surface. If we look at all sides, I mean, just look at the marble in there. So I bought this a couple weeks ago when I knew that I was bringing back the KK, and I've been buying meat from Meat and Bone for about 3 months now. They are a new meat partner. I've got a 10% discount code down below, and so far I've been impressed with everything I bought. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to use my Chef's Temp Pro Temp Plus. This is a big old piece of meat and an expensive steak. So I wanna make sure that I don't mess it up. As I'm saying that, there's a guy on Instagram that says, don't fuck it up. He's got that shirt and a hat and he's always telling it. He popped in my mind right away. But I've got faith that I got this no problem. We're gonna put this right in the end. It's right in the middle between the bone and the outside. And let me get up my phone and we'll program in my temperature here real quick. Where is it? Chef Temp. Number 3, set up our cook. Beef. Now the one thing to know about the Pro Temp Plus is that it tells you, or when you set the temperature in here, that's the final temp. So you have to account for carryover. Now we're going to sear the heck out of this thing when we're done. They have a Tomahawk here. So I like my steak to finish about 130, 135. Yes, I'm a little high for some of you, but eat your own steak your own way. But I'm going to set this for 118. Start cook. There we go. We beeped. We've got our internal temperature is 36 degrees. It just came out of the fridge. So what we're going to do now is I'll throw on one more of these gloves, and let me show you how we're going to cook this guy. So we're going to put this guy over here. Even this big monster. I've got my half grate here, and then I've got the bottom grate fully down there. One of the great things about the Komodo Kamado 32 is that I can have a true hot and cold zone, right? I've got my basket here, there's no lump whatsoever, significantly cooler than this, but we're gonna let the Komodo Kamado do its job. And I'm gonna watch my phone, have a rum and coke. Cheers. And once this goes up to temperature, then we're gonna do a couple more things to it, then we'll dial this guy up. Before I forget, to give you an idea, we have the second biggest hole open on the bottom on the left side, the one with all the holes in it. And we're only open about, I don't know, 1/8 of a turn right now, maybe a little bit more, just to give you an idea where we're at. See you in a bit. So it's been about an hour. We've been sitting around 285, 290 to give you an idea. Ran a little hotter, getting hungry. Wow, man, that looks good. Let me pick this guy up here. Look at that. Let me show this guy right there. Tell me that doesn't look tasty already. So what we're gonna do here is we are going to let this rest now, okay? So I'm a big fan of letting it rest right now for 15 minutes. And then what I'll do is I'll sear it. The reason why I like to let it rest now is because I think that you end up with a better crust. If I get the rest out of the way now, I sear it and I eat it right away. You can go the other way if you want. What I am gonna do though, I'm gonna use a little bit of tallow. This probably, honestly, is probably enough for both sides. I'll go around the edge here. I'll give it a little tallow bath. Let's not burn myself. Just rest my hand here on the warm. This is gonna amplify our flavor a little bit, but it will also help it sear quicker. That's that. Now, the tough part, waiting 15. So I'm gonna take this inside. We're gonna let it go for 15 minutes. I'm gonna set my timer right now, and then we'll get into searing time. Here we are 15 minutes later. 2 minutes ago, I opened up the vent, top vent, probably another 2 turns, maybe 3 turns, and I opened up the left hole all the way. So I got half hole and then the big hole. The one thing I forgot to mention when I did the KJ versus KK comparison is that whole bottom assembly slides out if you need a ton of air, but we don't. We're already at 625 in a very short period of time. Let me show you what this guy looks like. I mean, all we gotta do is put some color on it. So let's throw this on, won't take too long. All right, here it is in all of its glory. I decided I needed a man's steak knife for this bad boy. We're going to cut down, let me go like this here. And we know that's the best part right there, but I will cut this guy right in half. Not too bad. It's actually a little overdone for me. I was downstairs doing something and I did get it up to 124 before I pulled it instead of 118. But overall, I'm sure it's gonna be fine. It's Wagyu. The one thing about like Wagyu is even if you ever cook it, it is still gonna be tender. Give you a shot of that one right there. Take a spot right here. Ollie is hovering. Oh man, I mean, you can see intramuscular fat in there, and it's just like I'm barely touching it. You can see just the juice pooling on it. It's actually so it is super juicy. Yes, if you're one of those people that likes a rare steak, this is not for you, but I'm sure you wouldn't say no. Man, that is good. Need some good red wine with it. Man. One more piece. Got my buddy over here. He always gets some good steak. Is it good? Did you taste it? Oh boy. Here's one more piece. That's it. Good boy. Yes. Ollie spoils around this place. He gets a lot of good steak. This, my friends, is absolutely delicious. That coffee lump adds an amazing flavor to beef. Highly recommend you try it. It is unlike anything you've tried before. They also sell coffee wood, so you can use it to smoke. I have done that on steaks and it is good as well. This time I just wanted majority of the natural beef because this is an expensive piece of meat and I wanted to enjoy it. As you can see, there is a whole bunch. You can share this with at least 3 people pretty easily. I mean, this is so good I'm gonna skip the vegetables. I'm probably gonna eat this half, but I'll share that later. So anyhow, hopefully got some value out of this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up while you're down there. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you soon.